Welcome students. We are going to discuss the next chapter of First Flight, that is Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. Before the beginning of this chapter, we will focus on the writer Nelson Mandela. See, about author Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, who was born on 18 July 1918 and died on 5 December 2013. He was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary, political leader and philanthropist who served as President of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. So here we see Nelson Mandela was born on 18 July 1918 and died on 5 December 2013. He was a South African and anti-apartheid. Apartheid means the discrimination on the basis of race, RACE. That is apartheid. Apartheid. Okay. So he was South African anti-apartheid. He was against apartheid. Apartheid, I told you, discrimination on the basis of race. That is called apartheid. So he was anti-apartheid revolutionary political leader and philanthropist. Philanthropist means a person who loves humanity, or you can say a person who loves human being. That is called philanthropist, who served as president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head of state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election. His government focused on dismantling the legacy of apartheid by tackling institutionalized racism and fostering racial reconciliation. Meaning is this, his government has focused on apartheid. His government tried to free his countrymen from such kind of discrimination that is based on race. Ideologically an African nationalist and socialist, he served as the president of African National Congress Party from 1991 to 1997. So here we have seen the brief introduction of Nelson Mandela, and the present chapter is an excerpt, is an extract, and this chapter clearly only describes the ways how Nelson Mandela and his countrymen has got freedom. That's why the name of the chapter is Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. Okay, after this we will focus on the introduction of this chapter. You see, this chapter is an extract from the autobiography of Nelson Mandela. So this is very clear to everyone. This chapter is an excerpt or extract from the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, the first black president of South Africa. Nelson Mandela was the first black president of South Africa. Excerpts from Long Walk to Freedom include description of the inauguration ceremony. This is the first part which we have to focus. This chapter describes the description of inauguration ceremony. Next, citations from his speech. Citations from his speech mean quotation from his speech. his journey to being a freedom fighter. How did he become a freedom fighter? That is also the content of the present chapter. The struggle, along with a tribute to other freedom fighters and countless other people who fought for their freedom. So these are the content of the present chapter. This chapter focuses on the description of inauguration ceremony, citations from his speech, his journey, how he has become freedom fighter, his struggle to get his freedom, and tribute to other freedom fighters and countless other people who fought for their freedom. So these are the basic content of the present chapter. The present chapter focuses on these points. In South Africa, a brutal practice named apartheid was followed. Apartheid, I told you, when the discrimination is made on the basis of race, RACE, that is apartheid. Apartheid refers to the discrimination between people on the basis of their race, that is called apartheid. It was one of the most brutal societies where dark skinned people were deprived of their basic rights. In apartheid, what happened? The discrimination is made on the basis of race, and dark people were deprived of their basic rights. That is the main content of apartheid. This lesson gives us an overview as to how Nelson Mandela, along with others, carved their way to a society where there will be no discrimination on the basis of their color, caste, race, age, or gender. Especially, this chapter focuses on how Nelson Mandela and others had carved their way to a society where there will be no discrimination on the basis of color, caste, race, age, or gender. So, especially this chapter focuses on the journey of the freedom, how Nelson Mandela and his other colleagues get freedom. This is the main content of the present chapter. What sort of journey they had taken to get freedom from apartheid, to get freedom from the discrimination which is based on color, caste, race, age or gender. Okay, so इस इंट्रोडक्शन में हम देखते हैं, इस चैप्टर के इंट्रोडक्शन में, ये चैप्टर मुख्य रूप से इस बात पर फोकस करता है कि किस तरह से नेल्सन मंडेला स्ट्रगल करते हैं और किस तरह से फ्रीडम पाते हैं और एक ऐसी सोसाइटी की ओर अग्रसर होते हैं जहाँ पे कलर, कास्ट, रेस, एज और जेंडर के आधार पर कोई भी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं की जाती है। इस प्रकार की सोसाइटी की ओर अग्रसर होते हैं, तो इसके लिए किस तरह की स्ट्रगल की गई, ये सारी चीज़ें इस चैप्टर की कंटेंट हैं। और this chapter also focuses on basically 4 or 5 points. First, I told you this chapter describes the description of the inauguration ceremony. Second, quotation from his speech. Third, his journey, how he had become freedom fighter, his struggle. Next, his tribute to other freedom fighters and countless other people who fought for their freedom. So this is the basic outline of the present chapter, which focuses on how Nelson Mandela had got a society where there will be no discrimination on the basis of race, color, caste, age, or gender. So this is the introduction of the present chapter. Now we move to next. See, 10th May dawned. Dawned means began, bright and clear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly means giving a sense of happy satisfaction or enjoyment or satisfying. Besieged means to be surrounded by. Dignitaries means a person considered to be important because of high rank or office. Okay, dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respects before the inauguration. So, inauguration ceremony is going to be celebrated, and it was the feeling of Nelson Mandela. It was the 10th May, began bright and clear. 10th May is the day of celebration. 10th May is the day of new hope, new beginning for South Africa. Nelson Mandela said it had been a satisfying moment, surrounded by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respects before their inauguration. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South Africa soil. So this is the first time. It was the big gathering on South African soil. Meaning is this: it is a ceremonial day. It is a day of celebration. 10th May is the day of celebration. All world leaders and dignitaries gathered on South African soil in order to pay their respect to this country. The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone. Sandstone means sedimentary rock consisting of sand or quartz grains cemented together, typically red, yellow, brown in color. So sandstone. Amphitheater. So there was an amphitheater. It was made with the sandstone. The ceremony was taking place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater formed by the Union buildings in Pretoria. So this was the place, amphitheater was the place where this biggest ceremony is taking place. For decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy. Supremacy means a state or condition of being superior to all others in authority, power, or status. Meaning is this that South Africa had been under the guidance of white supremacy. For decades, what happened? White people ruled over South Africa, and now it was the site of a rainbow gathering of different colors and nations for the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. So here in this part we see the importance of 10th May. This was the day when South Africa got freedom from the discrimination which is based on race, and amphitheater was the place where people all over the world, dignitaries all over the world gathered in order to pay their respect to this inauguration. And for several decades, what happened? White people ruled over the black people. And this is the first non-racial government सो इस पूरे पार्ट में हम देखते हैं कि 10th में की इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है। ये बहुत ही ब्राइट डे है साउथ अफ्रीका के लिए, क्योंकि यहाँ पे विश्व से सारे लोग आए हुए, नेटरीज आए हैं, इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सन्स आए हुए हैं, वर्ल्ड लीडर्स आए हुए हैं रिस्पेक्ट पे करने के लिए, इस इनाग्रेशन में सम्मिलित हो रहे हैं, ये रिस्पेक्ट देने के लिए कि साउथ अफ्रीका जो है डिस्क्रिमिनेशन से मुक्त हो गया। और ये सेरेमनी जो है टेक प्लेस कर रही है एम्पी थिएटर में, जो कि यूनियन बिल्डिंग्स प्रिटोरिया के द्वारा बनाई गई। और काफ़ी डिकेड्स तक क्या रहा कि यहाँ पे वाइट सुप्रीमेसी रही साउथ अफ्रीका में, वाइट पीपल गवर्न करते थे ब्लैक पीपल को। लेकिन ये पहली बार है जहाँ पे विभिन्न कलर्स के लोग जो है गैदर किए हुए हैं एम्पी थिएटर में साउथ अफ्रीका में, और भागीदार बन रहे हैं साउथ अफ्रीका की पहली डेमोक्रेटिक नॉन रेशियल गवर्नमेंट के फॉर्मेशन में। सो दैट इज़ द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ दिस डे 10th May. Now we move to next. On that lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Jinani. On the podium, Mr. Mayor Clark was first sworn in as second deputy president, second in command. So that was the day when this person sworn as deputy president. Then Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as first deputy president. When it was my turn, I promised to obey and uphold the Constitution and to devote myself to the well-being of Republic and its people. So that was the pledge taken by first South African president, first South African black president, that is Nelson Mandela. Pledge was taken by first deputy president, that is Mbeki, second deputy president, that is D. Clark, and finally it was the turn of Nelson Mandela, who promised that he will obey and uphold the Constitution and to devote himself to the well-being of Republic and its people. So that was the place taken by Nelson Mandela. He has taken sword. He has taken seal. Okay. So that he will take care of his people and he will take care of रिपब्लिक। ओके, तो इस सेकेंड पार्ट में हम देखते हैं कि स्पेशली नेल्सन मंडेला जो पहले ब्लैक प्रेसिडेंट हैं साउथ अफ्रीका के, वो प्रॉमिस करते हैं, प्लेज लेते हैं कि वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को फॉलो करेंगे, उसको श्रद्धा रखेंगे उसमें, और अपने आप को डिवोट करेंगे इस रिपब्लिक को बनाए रखने के लिए, देश को संतुलन बनाए रखने के लिए, और साथ ही लोगों की संता का भी ध्यान रखेंगे। इस बात की जो है प्लेज लेते हैं, शपथ लेते हैं, जो इसके बारे में है। Now we move to next one. See, to the assembled here means gathered guests and the watching world, I said. So all the people were gathering there. This was a world gathering and people were watching also. The world is watching him. He said, to the assembled guest and the watching world, I said. I means Nelson Mandela said, today all of us do, by your presence here, confer here means grant, glory means honor, and hope to newborn liberty. Meaning is this, that Nelson Mandela and his other colleagues, his countrymen, had got freedom, After a long struggle, he said that we hope to newborn liberty, we have got a new liberty out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long. Must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. Meaning is this, for a long time, for several decades, they had been the victim of apartheid. They had been deprived of their basic rights. They had faced the discrimination on the basis of race, color, caste, age, and gender. So they had faced human disaster, the disaster that is caused because of the human being they had faced. And now they had got the society, they had got the society, and they are proud of that society. The society which is free from such kind of discrimination. They are proud of becoming the part of that society which is free from any kind of discrimination. And not they will be proud of this society, but all humanity will be proud of the society where there will be no discrimination on the basis of color, race, caste. We who were outlaws, outlaws here means because of its policy of apartheid, many countries had earlier broken off diplomatic relations with South Africa. So that's why Mandela is saying that we who were outlaws not so long ago have today been given the rare privilege to be host to the nations of the world on our own soil. On our own soil means in our own country. Now here you see today what is happening in their soil, what they are doing. They are organizing the big ceremony and they were celebrating their freedom from apartheid, their freedom from the white supremacy. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take possession. Possession here means ownership with the people of our country of what is, after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, for human dignity. Dignity means the state or quality of being worthy of respect. Okay, now South African people had got respectable place in the world. Otherwise, this country had faced the human disaster. Okay, so here Nelson Mandela is addressing to the whole nation, whole country, whole world, and he says that now they have got an opportunity to become the part of the whole world, to enjoy the basic right. They had got an opportunity to be free from any kind of discrimination. This day, 10th May, is very important day for South African people because they had got freedom on this day. Now they are in position to enjoy the basic right. Otherwise, for several decades, because of the white supremacy, because of the apartheid, because of the discrimination on the basis of race, caste, what happened? They were deprived of their basic rights. So that is the part which we have discussed here. See, further Mandela says we have at last achieved our political emancipation. They have got political emancipation, they have got political freedom, otherwise, politically, they were not free. We place ourselves to liberate. Liberate here means free or release all our people from the continuing bondage. Bondage here means the state of being a slave, poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. Now, as Mandela says that we have taken place to liberate our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. He has made his promise that our people will be free from poverty, deprivation, sufferings, gender, and other discriminations. Never, never, and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. So Mandela says that the time will not come again that we will become the part of the apartheid. We will respect our liberty, we will respect our freedom, and the time will not come that we will be governed by the people, we will be governed by the white people again. No, that time will not come. This beautiful land had become free, and we will protect its freedom. That was the point of Mandela. The sun shall never set on so glorious, having worthy of a human achievement. Let freedom reign, rule, govern. God bless Africa. God bless Africa. So Mandela says, let freedom reign, let freedom rule South Africa. Earlier, what happened? Freedom ruled Africa. Now he is saying, from today, what will happen? Freedom will rule. Freedom will govern South Africa. Discriminations will not rule Africa. So that was the speech of Nelson Mandela. In his speech, he says that we should respect our freedom, we should respect our liberty, and again we will not get the time to become the part of any kind of discrimination. On this land, in our land, freedom will govern, discrimination will not govern. तो इस पूरे पार्ट में हम देखते हैं कि नेल्सन मंडेला अपनी स्पीच में ये बताते हैं कि कितनी कठिन जर्नी इन लोगों ने की है, ह्यूमन डिजास्टर को फेस किया है, जो कि ह्यूमन बीइंग के द्वारा किया जाता है, और काफ़ी डिकेड्स तक ये लोग क्या है वाइट सुप्रीमेसी के अंडर काम रहे, और काफ़ी डिकेड्स तक ये जो है क्या हुआ कि इन लोगों ने फेस किया प्रॉब्लम्स को, डिस्क्रिमिनेशंस को फेस किया, और किस तरह से ये उस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन से बाहर आए, ये इन्होंने अपनी स्पीच में बताया। साथ में इन्होंने प्लेस भी किया, प्रॉमिस भी किया कि उनकी जनता, उनके लोग अब किसी प्रकार के बंधन में नहीं रहेंगे। वो किसी प्रकार के बंधन जैसे कि प्रॉपर्टी, डिप्राइवेशन, सफरिंग, जेंडर और किसी अदर प्रकार के डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के भागीदार नहीं होंगे। ये उनकी प्रॉमिस है। अब साउथ अफ्रीका में डिस्क्रिमिनेशन रूल नहीं करेगा, डिस्क्रिमिनेशन गवर्न नहीं करेगी, बल्कि कौन गवर्न करेगा? फ्रीडम गवर्न करेगी। दैट वाज द प्लीज, दैट वाज द प्रॉमिस मेड बाय नेल्सन मंडेला। Okay, thank you.